What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're back with my 1997 Ford Mustang SVT Cobra that was 60% under saltwater in a Florida hurricane. And then beyond that, it had been parked for many years, non-running, left to basically die. Unfortunately, the owners of this car passed away pretty much immediately after the hurricane, and I ended up finding this for a really cheap price from Cobra, which is a salvage auction. I had it shipped here from Florida. We did a lot of work to it to get it to the point where it's sitting here running and actually driving. As you can clearly see, even after being almost completely submerged underwater, we have a very nice, extremely low mileage Ford Mustang Cobra sitting here, running and purring like a kitten. She's got a brand new set of tires. The paint is in great shape. The body's in great shape. We got some sticker residue from the hurricane, from the flood auction that we have to get off of here at some point, but I'll probably send that to Brian at the Auto Spot and let him handle it. Convertible top is in absolutely perfect, beautiful condition. This car sat outside all night yesterday in a severe thunderstorm, and I mean, it poured cats and dogs for hours. This car is dry as a bone inside. We are getting down to some of the more mundane and kind of boring tasks that need to be done on this car. So I will completely understand if a lot of you are not interested in watching the videos. That's fine, but this work has to be done regardless of whether anybody continues watching the series on this car or not. Today, my focus is a relatively easy one, I hope. Every time I say that, I end up getting myself in trouble. What we have here is a blower motor resistor from China. And then right here, we've got this is the blower motor. Come on now. And it is, there's your little part number right there. I don't know, in case anybody wants to get one from China. There it is. I'm going cheap on some of these parts, guys, because honestly, I've got a lot of money tied up in this Cobra. I got it cheap, but putting it back together has not been so cheap. There's still plenty of stuff to do, like the odometer does not roll anymore. There's a gear that gets old and breaks. Well, I've got the new gears for it. I need to put those in so that the odometer starts working again. I've got a new e-brake assembly, because without the e-brake, you cannot put down the convertible top, and the switch for the e-brake is broken from corrosion. So we have to replace that. I've got a switch for the convertible top. Since it was underwater, I've got a new switch for it as well. And then, hopefully, once we get all that done, maybe the convertible top will work, but there's a good possibility it won't, because the top actually runs off of electric motors. So most likely, once we replace all of that, we will then find out that the motors don't work. We also have a brake switch that needs to be replaced from corrosion. We have no brake lights, tail lights, signals, lights, all that stuff works. Airbag module is still no bueno. It's dead. The radio is still dead, and the ABS pump is dead. Now, I don't know how much further I'm going to go into this car. It's really going to depend on the views. If the views stay solid on it, we'll continue going on it, man. I'll be more than happy to keep going. But at this point, we've got the car to where it is now running and driving. You send it in for a good detail. We get the climate control working. I mean, it is close enough that I would almost be willing to walk away from it. I don't know. Let it go. Keep it. I'm still trying to decide. But here's what we got to do today. To get to the blower motor and the resistor, it should be... Oh, it's already, is there a cover under here that's missing? Did I already take it off? This should be the blower motor right here, right? I'm gonna need to get a light. There's supposed to be a cover under here, I think. I'm gonna disconnect the power to the car as well. Let me go get a light. Let's try to figure this out. Let's disconnect the battery, and with any luck, cross your fingers, we'll be able to get the heat working. If we're lucky, throw some R134 in it, we might have working air conditioning as well. Okay, so apparently there is a cover under here. I must have taken it off for something. I don't know what, and honestly, I hope I can remember where that cover is, and the side piece, and this piece. I have no idea where any of that stuff is. I hope it's still here somewhere. But anyway, if you look up, you'll see the blower motor right there, and all those little bolts. You can see the rust from where water was spilling out of it. Those bolts have to come out, and then the blower motor resistor is actually, it's so hard. Let me see if I can find it for you. It is right there next to the blower motor. All right, so none of this stuff is hard to get to. A couple of plugs and a couple of little bolts, and the blower motor comes out, the resistor comes out. We cross our fingers that that's actually the problem, because I mean, it could be, with a saltwater flooded car, guys, it could be anything. All right, I didn't want you guys to miss out on the fun, but there was no room for you and me to get down here. So I've got most of it undone, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this connector, corroded. It should be fine, or it's not that one, it's this one. This one that was just super corroded and stuck. I had to pry these connectors apart, guys. It was a major pain. So I have to clean this up really well before I go putting this back together. I'm gonna sit you guys down here, and then I'm gonna put you up here so you can hopefully kind of see what's going on here. And there's one bolt that I have to finish getting out. And there it goes. It drops the retaining clip. And what is this? Oh, the whole thing just, okay, there we go. Whole thing just drops out like this. Let's take a look at it. See what it looks like. I mean, honestly, aside from the corrosion, massive corrosion on those pins. Oh, take a look at this. I didn't figure this was gonna spin. Oh, whoa, 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 easy. God, come on. I'm trying to... Anyway, take a look. Frozen solid. Like, I can hold this between my legs. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. She's trying to come back to life. We ain't gonna use this, guys. We're not... Oh, wow. Look. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Yep. And down inside are the windings, completely corroded. Everything on this corroded. No way this is gonna work at all. I need this connector though. That's unfortunate. I do need that connector. Everything is relying on me being able to get this connector off and that the pins are not totally shot. That's a good sign. So I climbed back in there without you guys, and I pulled out the blower motor resistor, and oh man. Yeah, she's seen better days, hadn't she? I mean, it could be a lot worse, truthfully, considering salt water. This was submerged. We don't even know for how long. This actually isn't that bad. Now, the good news is, if that wiring harness that I just cleaned up does not work, that's a separate part number that I can buy from Ford if I need to. Yeah, this is all trash. I've swapped over what I could from... This is just falling apart. I mean, just... You see what I mean? Literally. This one, thankfully, it came with a brand new one. It got a little clip here for the wire harness to go onto. The only part that I can't really figure out is I have to connect the blower motor wire to here, and then it goes on like this, but I don't see anywhere for that wire to come out of unless it has to come out of here, but it can't because it seals right here. There's a sealing surface there. I don't see anywhere for this wire to come out of unless I cut something right here. And that seemed to be how it was on the old fan over here. Right there is where the wire was coming out of. But you can also see it's just absolutely, you know, number one, full of salt, crystals, rust, and it was broken. So, yeah, I don't really know how that's supposed to go. I guess we're going to figure it out, though. I've given this connector some time to kind of sit and soak in all of its goodness. I blasted it with the, I think it's Liqui Moly, stuff I use on the Mercedes cars. And I mean, it came out really nice. I don't know how well it comes out on camera here, but you should surely be able to see this looks a hell of a lot better than it did when we first started. I think this is going to be okay, but like I said, if not, it's no big deal. We got part numbers on here. It should be easy to cross-reference and find probably an updated version of this anyway, but we're going to try to make it work with this because this is all we got. So give me a couple minutes. Let me try to figure out how to put all of this together, and then hopefully we can button this thing up in the car and it'll be good to go. And just like that, I think I've got it figured out. I hope I do. It looks like there's a little gap left specifically right here for the wire to come out of, which doesn't actually seal against anything. At least that's my hope. And then this piece actually clips onto the case where I've got it here. This plugs into none other than your new blower motor resistor. And all should be right with the world. So I'm going to climb up under here. I'm going to bolt all of this stuff back in, plug it all in. We're going to cross our fingers. We're going to turn the car on, and we're going to see what happens. And just like that, everything is reinstalled. Actually went together very, very easily, which is a little on the concerning side. So now's the moment of truth. Do we have working climate control in this car? We're about to find out. Everything is off. Key on. Here we go. Yeah! There we go. There we go. Blower motor resistor is working. We got all the speeds, guys. Perfect. Next question. Does this car still have working air conditioning from 1997? I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably not. All right, she's running. And come on. Headlight switch needs to be replaced. It's a little finicky. You gotta, there you go. You gotta play with it till you get it right. All right, let's see. Max AC. I didn't hear a compressor. No, I didn't figure we were gonna have working air conditioning, guys. Is that that's a reflector? That's not actually a light. Because all the rest of the lights on this car work great. Yeah, reflectors. All right, that's fine. And this, the only thing that's like not original to the car, well, now the blower motor and blower motor resistor. Oh, that's not even tight. That was just sitting there. All right, well, you know what it's time for. We're gonna grab some Freon and a hose. We're gonna see if we can't get this thing some working air conditioning. All right, here we go. She got nothing. Nothing at all. So I like to shake it up and just give her the beans, and hopefully we hear a compressor click at some point. Yeah, this may not be working. It could be this hose. Give me a second, guys. Let me try another one. So apparently it was a defective hose, because this one, as soon as I plugged it in, showed we got a little bit in it. So we'll just do the same thing, kind of. Oh yeah, this can's getting ice cold real quick. Shouldn't take long before a compressor kicks in, unless we've got some wiring damage on the compressor itself, which is totally possible, guys. Who knows what kind of corrosion could be lurking under there. Yeah, look at that. She's definitely taking it down. There it is. Bingo. Bingo. I heard the compressor. I heard it. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere hiding down at the bottom, but I heard her kick in. Only, there it is. Compressor spinning. Unbelievable. The compressor is sitting down there. You guys aren't going to, there it is spinning. You aren't going to be able to see it. I wish I could get you down there. It's actually sitting right there. There it goes. See it spin? And this is a game now. You've got to hold this trigger, and as the compressor spins, it sucks a little more down and a little more down, and it takes a long time, guys. This is a long game of shaking, holding the can, keeping it high above the engine, trying to get gravity to help us out here. So let me play with this for a while, and hopefully when I'm done with this game, we're gonna have ice cold air conditioning in this Cobra. All right, are we ready? We got the magic infrared thermometer. I have put about 2.5 cans. They're 12 ounces a piece. So we put what, 12, 24, 26 ounces? Something like that into this car. It hold, ooh, wow. Oh, seriously. Ooh, ooh. Wow, yes. Yep, that's cold. Good Lord. This is probably some of the coldest air conditioning Wow. That's incredible. 26, 25 degrees, 24. Wow. Now it's changing because I'm moving my hand around. If I could keep my hand still, that's incredible. 27, 28, 24, 23, 20 degrees. I'm gonna call it at that, guys. Are you serious? 20 freaking degrees. I don't think I've ever had air conditioned 20 degrees before in my life. This is insane how cold that AC is. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, you filled up the system, great, but it probably is just going to leak right back out again. And it very well may, guys. This car has got extremely low miles. It's been sitting for a long time. So, definitely a possibility the seals are dried out, and that's probably where the Freon went to begin with. I'm going to give it a shot, though. What's it hurt? Nothing. It's a few bottles of Freon. It doesn't cost that much. Let it do its thing, man. Let it circulate through the system. Let that air conditioning run. Let's get everything kind of rejuvenated. And I know, look at that, good pressure on the cooling system. You're probably wondering if the cooling fan is running. It is. Absolutely. That cooling fan is running nice. I got to be careful where I put my hand. You got a fan here, and you got a belt that'll eat your hand right here. So, yeah, cooling fan is doing a great job. It's running like it's supposed to. Step by step, guys, and that's the name of the game when it comes to any of these rebuild projects, whether it's a flood car or frame damage car, wrecks, rollovers, whatever. You know, the game is one step at a time, you know? Just address one issue at a time, one part at a time if necessary, man. That's cold. Let's turn that off. Let's turn it to heat. Let's find out if it has working heat now. Put it on vent. Automatically, immediately. Oh, nice hot heat. This thing's not even warmed up yet, is it? No, this thing's not even fully warmed up yet. Guys, look at that. She's not even warmed up yet. And we got hot heat. Ooh, and then instantly cold. instantly ice cold. Compressor kick, and that's at an idle. I'm not even revving it up or anything. At an idle, like 24 degree Fahrenheit air conditioning. The only warning lights on the dash. ABS, for the ABS pump airbag, is going to be the airbag module, which I believe is hiding under here. So I think, once I figure out where the airbag module is, I need to get the numbers off of it and order another one. And we can throw an airbag module in there. I would bet you money, with a fresh airbag module and cleaning the wires, I'll bet you money the airbag light goes off. The ABS, that's a little bit bigger of an issue because that is the ABS pump. It is a giant pump that sits under the front of the car over here, and it's got like 8 hydraulic lines running to it. It's a bear because once you disconnect all of those lines, assuming they all come out, nothing breaks, connector comes out, doesn't break. Once you get everything out, you get to try to bleed the whole system, and that is a ton of fun. Let me tell you, just an absolute ton of fun. Let's pop the trunk. I'm surprised, like, even the trunk popper works. Everything in here is working. The radio comes on. Somebody told me that there's an amplifier, I think under the seat or somewhere low, that there's an amp in this car, and the radio probably works. CD player, I don't think so, guys. I think, unfortunately, I think the CD player is dead because nothing turns on. It doesn't do anything. Even with the radio on, if you put it on, there should be a button for CD. See what I mean? When it comes to these cars, there's so many things that need to be addressed. This isn't a top priority for me. We do have static. There's noise. So, I mean, you can tell it's trying to do something. I don't even know how you put it on. How do you put it on CD player? I don't know, man. FM. And then scan, probably not going to pick up anything. Play, eject, fast forward, rewind. I don't know how you would put this on CD or you just put one in here, but like this does nothing when you push buttons. Like absolutely nothing happens. So maybe need to replace the CD player. The radio, I bet, is probably okay. We just have to find the amplifier and replace it. But again, one step at a time. ABS pump needs to be replaced. Airbag module needs to be replaced. The stereo amplifier needs to be replaced. The CD player probably needs to be replaced. The rusted out cigarette port for your charging needs to be replaced. The ashtray is rusted. The cigarette port here, rusted, needs to be replaced. This brake handle doesn't work, needs to be replaced. You see what I mean? There's still a lot of little things in this car that need to be addressed, things that need to be replaced, so that hopefully, when this is all said and done, we have a car that's sorted out. Now I'm popping the trunk because I'm curious if I put all the parts in here. Oh, thank you, I did. Okay, good, because I was wondering where's... This is an important piece. This trim here is an important piece, but you know what I'm not seeing? That's a fuse box cover. That's an important piece. And all the storms we had, and nothing in here is wet. Like, the trunk is actually dry. Interior of the car is actually dry. Look at this. Even the interior light for the trunk still works. This car just continues to impress me. We're missing the undercover for the dashboard. I might have lost it. That's not like me at all. But there's a cover that goes under there that covers up the blower motor and everything, and it seems to be MIA. I'm gonna look over here real quick. Sometimes I throw these parts on the floor so I won't lose them, and then I lose them. No, I don't see it. I got some of the parts for the Cobra over here. I've got the coil covers. I've got the strut brace bar, but again, we're missing parts. We got the air filter that's not in it yet. I'm probably gonna end up at some point having to just hit a junkyard for any and all of the little pieces that I've misplaced, that I've lost. But ultimately, this car has come such a long way. I kid you not, guys. I can't make this stuff up. You saw me work on this from the beginning. Waterline up here. I mean, just take that in for a minute, guys. Most of this car was underwater. Look at it. It's beautiful, and it drives phenomenal. Even the seatbelts still work. You think good, everything. Power windows work. Convertible top might actually work. I've got some hope for it. We got a lot more to do, guys, but I think this is going to be it for this video. I'm thrilled to death that we have working heat, working air conditioning, working windows, the transmission, now that we put a new clutch, pressure plate, flywheel, everything in it. Clutch and everything's working like it's supposed to. Headlights and signals mostly work. You have to get the switch just right. All right, and I plan on changing it. I think I have somewhere in all these parts, I don't know, man. I think I have a new headlight switch for it. I can't remember. But it's one of those things I absolutely need to replace. Look at that, even the fog lights work. One step at a time, guys. Just a little bit at a time. It gets better and better. One more thing I want to see if I fixed it is the hood. Okay, first try, very nice, because before it would take a while to get it closed. A little bit of corrosion got in here. And then popping the hood has always been a pain. It is really difficult to pull the hood pop out. Oh, super easy. Yeah, much better. It's still a little grimy, you can feel it. You know what I mean? You could feel it's a little grimy in there, but I mean, so much better than it was before. Make sure the hood opens like it's supposed to. I gotta air this tire up. I'm gonna get this thing out of the garage because I gotta pull the 57 back in here. That's it, man. Super easy. I love it. Oh, I also gotta adjust this headlight. You'll see how this headlight is it's sticking out. It's aiming too far this way, and it's also aiming too far down. This headlight was broken and full of salt water. So I had to find, this is a rare headlight, by the way, guys. I had to find one that was in excellent shape to replace the old one. So we've got to pull this in some, and then we got to adjust it up. That's going to be something for another date. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. Another small task accomplished. Plenty more to go.